Batman's no-kill rule is as recurring as his dark suit and batarangs. It is that one principle that makes him protect the sanctity of life to an almost zealous degree. And look, as someone who has been a fan of the character for a bit, I can say I know little about the guy. I made a YouTube channel called Multiversal Wisdom. He is a great vigilante, and if you look closely, you can see a lot of qualities worth admiring. His discipline, his intelligence, his dedication, his compassion, especially the last one, because lots of people forget about the last one. But then there are some of his quirks that are more questionable, and when you know a bit about him, you start seeing that some things do not add up. The no-kill rule, for those who do not know, is basically about not killing. He does not care if it is criminals, or if it is super criminals, or if it is the world-ending type of criminal with world-ending powers. He does not kill. It is noble, yes, but in some versions it gets stranger and stranger. First clear point, the Joker, the Big B's nemesis, the guy whose existence shaped so many of Batman's values and principles. From my understanding, the no-kill rule comes from a few ideas. First, Batman believes that if you cross that line, you become the thing you swore to destroy. Fair enough, I get it. The second thing is that old idea, and I might be remembering this from a faraway memory, that if you kill a killer, the amount of killers stays the same, and honestly, we could argue about that all day. If you eat bread, will nobody make another bread tomorrow at the bakery? Then there is rehabilitation. The Bat believes people who lost their way can still turn back. Once again, that is noble. It is the kind of hope that feels different from, yet similar to the golden son of Krypton, Superman. I approve of that message. People can become better. People who are once lost can help others find the light again. That is a great message from the Dark Knight. But now, let me focus on the bad side, because this is where I get obsessed. My biggest rant is the inconsistency. This rule keeps going left and right depending on the writer. There are moments when Darkseid, one of DC's biggest villains, the guy who usually pulls up on Earth on a regular Monday because apparently world domination is his hobby, well, when he arrives, he sends his parademons, and Batman sees no problem with parademons. He does not hold back. He kicks, he weaves, he weaves, he weaves. And that makes sense, because in most canon, parademons are not exactly sentient. Now, imagine my surprise when I heard that in some continuity, with the world about to end and the solution right there, the Big B refused to kill parademons. I will not even try to reason with that. I do not see the logic. And it gets worse. In that same continuity, Superman basically wiped out the parademons invading Earth, and Batman was horrified by it. Okay, I get being worried about the Man of Steel himself losing control and all of that, but come on. The planet was ending. Billions of lives were at stakes. Let's get back to the Joker, because in some continuities, I'm pretty sure he has at least a 4-digit body count. The guy destroyed the city once. Even I was surprised when I saw the Injustice animated movie. If I were a witness, which I definitely do not want to be, I would have asked Big B if the no-kill rule really applies to a 4-digit body count. In a real-world logic, unless you are extremely good at hiding, people with that kind of body count are getting the child treatment in some countries. What is funny is Gotham is usually in the US, and there are laws for unforgivable crimes like that in around 26 or 27 states. Anyway, if the Joker was caught, he would not last a day in the real world. Potential topic for next time, maybe. Anyway, moments like this remind me that a story loses more consistency the more writers get added to the roster. Batman is a worldwide phenomenon, so of course there are stories upon stories to make maximum profit. Different perspectives become necessary, but more does not always mean better. Paul is an example. We do not talk about Paul. The name frightens me enough not to look at the comics anymore. Anyway, that was my rant about what I found inconsistent and wrong about the characters sometimes. And as someone who really enjoys reading Batman stories, this kind of inconsistency weirds me out from time to time.